Hello, we're back here with another video today. We're talking about who are candidates to replace Alvin Gentry as head coach for the New Orleans Pelicans. Obviously, if you did not know, in the past 2 days, the past 48 hours, 72 hours, Alvin Gentry, head coach for the past 5 years for the New Orleans Pelicans, was just let go. He had 1 year left on his contract, and they decided, hey, time to go our separate ways. There's a lot of ways you could take this message as. This is them believing that they need to take the next step, and they thought Alvin Gentry wasn't the guy. Because I think Alvin Gentry is a great coach to have if you're a developing squad. I think he's a perfect coach to have if you're a developing squad. Maybe, is he equivalent to Mark Jackson? Maybe, we'll see. I feel like the Pelicans organization thinks he's equivalent to Mark Jackson as Mark Jackson was for the Warriors back in 2013. And they believe that they'll be able to take the next step if they find the correct coach. Well, who that coach might be is unknown as of right now. But right here we have 5 candidates and who I believe could be potential candidates or good fits for them. Obviously, I do want to say there is one man on this list who isn't on this list, who should be on this list, but he isn't. And that is, I'm literally blanking on his name right now. And it'll come back to me. But he was the coach of the Toronto's team a few years ago. And I made Toronto, not the Toronto Raptors, but the Toronto D-League team. It's not Livingston. It'll come back to me. And like, we'll go to this at the end of, we'll just do this. Toronto 95ers coach. I'm trying to remember this. Jerry Stackhouse. It was Jerry Stackhouse. Jerry Stackhouse was the guy. Jerry Stackhouse is who I think would be a great coach, but he's coaching college right now. So the first option is Jason Kidd. Right now he's been the assistant coach for the Los Angeles Lakers under Frank Vogel. He had a 4-year stint with the Milwaukee Bucks. And coach Giannis Antetokounmpo. He actually ran Giannis Antetokounmpo to the point guard position. He was the first coach, you could say, that actually had a lot of belief that Giannis Antetokounmpo could legitimately be a star. Like, he had faith in Giannis Antetokounmpo and becoming the player. He honestly guided Giannis Antetokounmpo. He should be given a good amount of credit to helping develop Giannis Antetokounmpo into the player that he is today. If it wasn't for Jason Kidd, it would never happen. Problem with Jason Kidd is he had this switch everything, more intense than the Houston Rockets. Just this really innovative defensive scheme that just wasn't feasible. Like, it worked kind of well until teams figured it out after the first season. And hopefully being an assistant coach for a very good defensive-minded coach like Frank Vogel, he'll be able to change those ways. But if he isn't, it'll be interesting to see. But I do think Jason Kidd has grown, and I think Jason Kidd's going to be a good coach. And I don't know if he'll be the best fit, but he could be interesting. Tyronn Lue, I really don't know if Tyronn Lue is a good coach. I think he just had a good team. LeBron carried those teams. It's not like LeBron made the team. Tyronn Lue was a good manager of personalities. So I don't know if he doesn't need to manage personalities on this team. That was a veteran squad. It's just Tyronn Lue for me is no. I've never thought Tyronn Lue was that good of a coach. He was just a good manager of personalities. And the Cavs teams almost coached themselves, I feel, at some points. Were coached by LeBron. LeBron told everyone what to do. LeBron was the one making the decisions at the end of the day. And we all know that. Becky Hammon. It's interesting due to the fact that she's the first female assistant coach. She spent some time in the San Antonio's, but has her time come for her to become the first female head coach in NBA history? It's interesting. I don't think it's happening. I really don't think it's happening yet. I think if she becomes the first coach, it's going to be for the Spurs. It's just not going to be for another organization unless it's a woman owns that organization. I just think San Antonio Spurs are going to be the first one, because when Popovich, I think, is going to retire, I do believe that she might legitimately have a shot to take that job, and I think she'll stay for that. But yeah, next guy on the list is David Fizdale. David Fizdale is a interesting guy. He started the 2019 and 2020 season 4-18. In the year before, he was 17-65. Look, I don't think the Knicks are just a bad organization, and I don't think that's his fault. Look, he's really good when you look at his Memphis Grizzlies days. He was really good. It's just his offense is, how do we put it? It's very old-fashioned. It's not modern. He's a good defensive coach if you want a really good defense. He's got you there. He'll coach up the defensive side of the ball. Great, no problem. That's what you want. But at the end of the day, do you think David Fizdale? I don't think David Fizdale is the coach for this team for the Pelicans. No, I don't think it is. Now, we can go to the guy who started the Splash Brothers era. Before Steve Kerr went there and made them into champions, there's a man who put those pieces together, developed that team. He spent 3 years there, and he amassed a 526 winning record. Look, he laid the foundation. Is he a bad coach? No. He knew what he's doing. But he seems like Alvin Gentry was like Mark Jackson. He helped develop them. Maybe they don't think they're ready, and they think Alvin Gentry wasn't like Mark Jackson. He wasn't ready to develop these players. Maybe they think they need Mark Jackson to do the job that Alvin Gentry wasn't able to do. That he wasn't able to develop the players in the way they liked. Maybe they want to bring in a guy like Mark Jackson who has shown to be able to win and be able to put together a foundation. To maybe hopefully in 3 years they get a different coach who will take that team over the next hump. Or Mark Jackson might have a chip on his shoulder saying, hey, I can get it done. I can win. I can do it. They'll just wait for it. I don't know. Either way, that's about it. Mark Jackson, David Fizdale, Becky Hammond, Tyronn Lue, Jason Kidd, and my last one is Jerry Stackhouse. I think who's the best candidate for the job, but he probably won't be taken because if we look at it right now, Jerry Stackhouse, I think he's coaching. I don't know where he's coaching right now. He's coaching Vanderbilt. He's not going to go. He's not going to go for it, but I do think Jerry Stackhouse is one of the best head coaching candidates that isn't coaching in the NBA yet. But this is the video, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this. As always, guys, I hope you guys have a great day because I know I will. Until next time, guys. Peace out.